And the last example, now we're not plugging in numbers, we're plugging in x's. And this is like in our beginning when we talked about machine A and machine B and machine B breaking, and we bought a new machine C. This is like figuring out what is the one equation that does both equations together. So if f of x is 2x squared plus 1, and g of x is 2x plus 7. And I'm actually going to draw the machines out here. And I'm going to do it according to the first one. So in the first equation, g of x was first, and f of x was second. And the rule for g of x is whatever you get put in gets doubled and you add 7. And the rule for f of x says whatever you put in gets squared, then doubled, then you add 1. Right? Order of operations. The squared would happen first, then the doubling would happen next, then you would have 1. Right? So when we have a question like a, f of g of x, this is saying first x would go in to g of x. What would come out? Well, whatever you plug into g of x gets doubled, then you add 7. So if you put an x in, x would get doubled, it would add 7, and of course, simple enough, out would come 2x plus 7. So as far as writing our notation-wise here, g of x, if you plug an x in, out would come 2x plus 7. In fact, that's what g of x is equal to. We can just replace the g of x with the 2x plus 7, because that's what the rule is. But now, what happens if you plug a 2x plus 7 into f of x? Well, the rule for f of x says whatever you plug in gets squared, then multiplied by 2, then you add 1. So if I plug in a 2x plus 7, that 2x plus 7 would get squared, it would get multiplied by 2, and then you would add 1. So if we put this all together and simplify it, well, we'd have to do order of operations. So I would get 4x squared plus 28x plus 49. And then I would double everything, which would give me 8x squared plus 56x and 98 plus 199. This would be the simplified version of doing both of them together. B, g of f of x. Well, f of x is equal to 2x squared plus 1. And if you plugged in 2x squared plus 1 into g of x, well, the rule for g of x is whatever you plug in gets doubled, so I would have to double the 2x squared plus 1, and then you add 7 afterwards, which would give me 4x squared plus 2 plus 7 plus 9. And in C, we have g of x. Well, if I plug x into g of x, whatever you plug into g of x gets doubled, and you add 7. And then if you plug 2x plus 7 into g of x, it would get doubled, and you would add 7, giving you 4x, 14 plus 7 plus 21. And what we just figured out is the simplified version of doing both machines one after another. And so you can circle 10 and 11. And I'm going to give you a little bit of time to try this.